In the vast and intricate tapestry of the natural world, even the most familiar of organisms can hold profound secrets. We often walk past them, their vibrant colors a fleeting pleasure, their presence a simple, accepted part of our landscape. Today, I want to take you on a journey into the life of one such organism, a flower so common, so deeply woven into human culture, that we might think we know all there is to know about it. This is the story of the marigold, a small, unassuming bloom that carries within its petals a history that spans continents, a power to heal and protect, and a significance that reaches deep into the heart of ancient traditions. What if I told you that this humble flower, a staple in gardens and festivals across the world, is not what it seems, that its cheerful face belies a complex and surprising nature? It is a traveler, an ancient physician, a guardian of the soil, and a sacred symbol. Its story is a remarkable example of how nature and humanity have intertwined over centuries, creating a relationship of mutual benefit and deep spiritual connection. The marigold is more than just a pretty flower. It is a silent witness to history, a quiet participant in the delicate balance of our ecosystems. Join me as we peel back the layers of this radiant blossom. We will travel back in time to the lands of the Aztecs, cross oceans with Spanish explorers, and witness its revered place in the vibrant celebrations of India. We will look closer, beneath the soil and into its very chemical makeup, to uncover the hidden abilities that have made it an invaluable ally to farmers and healers for generations. Prepare to see the marigold not just as a plant, but as a fascinating character in the grand drama of life on Earth. One might easily assume, given their profusion and deep cultural roots in India, that marigolds are native to the subcontinent. They adorn temples, are woven into immense garlands for weddings, and illuminate the festival of Diwali with their sun-like glow. Yet this is a beautiful misconception. The marigold story begins not in Asia, but thousands of miles away, in the highlands of Mexico and Central America. Here, long before European ships ever crossed the Atlantic, the Aztec civilization held this flower in high esteem. They called it cempasúchil and cultivated it not merely for its beauty, but for its central role in their rituals, particularly the ceremonies honoring the dead, believing its pungent scent and bright color guided spirits home. It was the Spanish conquistadors of the 16th century who first encountered this sacred flower, and captivated by its resilience and golden hue, carried its seeds back across the ocean. From Spain, the marigold's journey continued, spreading through the gardens and monasteries of Europe. Its hardiness allowed it to thrive in new climates, and from these European footholds, it eventually made its way along bustling trade routes to North Africa, and finally to India. Here, it found a new home and a new, profound cultural significance, becoming one of the nation's most beloved and largest produced flowers. A remarkable journey for a plant from the other side of the world. The marigold's vibrant display is not merely for our admiration. It is a declaration, a warning to the unseen world of pests that threaten the garden's delicate balance. This flower is a master of chemical defense, a natural guardian that protects its neighbors with an invisible shield. Its roots, burrowing deep into the earth, release a potent substance known as alpha-terthienol. This chemical is particularly toxic to nematodes, microscopic roundworms, that can devastate the root systems of many valuable crops, such as tomatoes and potatoes. By planting marigolds alongside these vegetables, a farmer creates a biological barrier, a living pesticide that works silently beneath the soil. But its protective influence doesn't end there. The marigold's strong, pungent aroma, which some find quite distinct, is a powerful deterrent for many above-ground pests as well. Mosquitoes, which can be a nuisance to gardeners and a vector for disease, are repelled by the scent. Aphids, those tiny sap-sucking insects that can cripple a young plant, also tend to steer clear. This practice, known as companion planting, is an ancient form of agricultural wisdom. It allows for the protection of food crops without resorting to synthetic chemicals, harnessing the natural alliances that have evolved in the plant kingdom over millennia. The marigold in this role is not just an ornament, it is a vital and active participant in a healthy, thriving ecosystem. Beyond its role as a pest repellent, the marigold performs an even more fundamental service to the earth from which it grows. It is a natural soil conditioner, a healer that prepares the ground for future life. Over time, agricultural soil can become tired, depleted of nutrients, and inhabited by a host of harmful fungi and bacteria. These microscopic pathogens can lead to diseases that stunt growth and reduce yields for subsequent crops. The marigold, when planted, acts as a powerful cleansing agent. The same biochemical compounds released by its roots that deter nematodes also have a suppressive effect on these damaging microorganisms. This process is sometimes referred to as biofumigation. As the marigold plant lives and then decomposes back into the earth, it releases these natural substances, effectively sanitizing the soil. Farmers will often plant a dense crop of marigolds in a field and then till the entire plant back into the ground at the end of its growing season. This not only adds valuable organic matter, but also leaves the soil refreshed and much healthier for the next planting of a food crop. It is a slow, patient, and entirely natural way to restore vitality to the land, ensuring its fertility for years to come. The marigold, in essence, gives back more than it takes, a quiet act of regeneration. While many flowers are grown solely for their visual appeal, the marigold offers a surprise for the palate. Certain varieties, particularly the signet marigolds, which are also known as Tagetes tenuifolia, and French marigolds, or Tagetes patula, are indeed edible. Their petals, when separated from the slightly bitter base of the flower head, have a subtly spicy citrusy flavor, kind of reminiscent of a mild tarragon or saffron. This has led to them being charmingly nicknamed the poor man's saffron, since their vibrant golden and orange hues can be used to impart a beautiful color to dishes without the expense of the precious spice. You can sprinkle them over salads to add a splash of color and a peppery note. These beautiful petals are not just a culinary novelty. They're also packed with beneficial compounds. Rich in antioxidants, especially carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin, which are known to be good for eye health, eating marigold petals can actually be a nourishing act. They can be infused into teas, adding a delicate floral flavor and a wealth of healthful properties. In some cuisines, they're used to color butter, brighten up rice dishes, or are even crystallized with sugar to decorate cakes and desserts. This edibility adds another fascinating dimension to the marigold's relationship with humanity, serving us not just as a feast for the eyes, but as a literal feast as well. Long before we had modern pharmacology, people all over the world turned to plants for their medicine, and marigold was honestly a pretty big deal in this ancient apothecary. Traditional healers from different cultures recognized its strong medicinal powers and really made the most of them. Extracts from the marigold were found to be super effective, anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, and even antifungal. In places like ancient Greece, Rome, and the Middle East, folks would use it to make salves and ointments for all kinds of skin problems, whether it was just a small cut, a burn, or even something persistent like eczema or ulcers. Its reputation for promoting healing and preventing infection was highly valued back then. And you know, this old wisdom hasn't disappeared. The marigold, especially the pot marigold, is still a cornerstone of herbal medicine today. You'll find its extracts in so many natural skincare products because people love how gentle yet effective it is at soothing the skin. Historically, it wasn't just used on the outside either. People drank teas made from the petals to help with digestive troubles and fevers. Plus, marigold poultices were used to reduce swelling, and it was even used in eye washes for things like conjunctivitis and other eye irritations, which really shows how gentle but powerful it is. So, the marigold is like a living link to our medicinal past, and honestly, its healing virtues are just as relevant now as they were centuries ago. The name we use for this flower in English actually has a really fascinating history and a deep sense of devotion behind it. Marigold isn't a scientific name, but more of a name of reverence, a blend of Mary's gold. This name first appeared in medieval Europe, after the flower made its way from Mexico, and it became closely connected to the Virgin Mary. Early Christians, wanting to honor Mary, would place these golden blooms on church altars, especially during festivals dedicated to her. They were seen as a humble, natural substitute for gold coins, a gift from the earth to the Queen of Heaven. This gave the marigold a strong spiritual symbolism. It came to stand for purity, devotion, and the divine light of Mary herself. In some traditions, people even believed that carrying a marigold would protect you from evil and help you travel safely. Its bright, sun-like look was thought to reflect Mary's radiance and grace. It's kind of amazing to think that a flower once sacred to the Aztec gods could travel so far and become woven into a completely new spiritual story, its golden light now shining for a different queen and giving us the name we know today. There's honestly nowhere else on Earth where the marigold is as visible and celebrated as it is in India. Here, this flower, called, has gone way beyond its foreign roots to become a powerful symbol of good fortune, prosperity, and positive energy. Its bright orange and yellow colors are believed to reflect the sun's life-giving radiance, and people really want to bring that energy into their homes and lives during important moments. During Diwali, the festival of lights, you'll see huge, intricate marigold garlands draped over doorways, windows, and statues of gods and goddesses. The color is thought to guide the goddess Lakshmi, the bringer of wealth and good luck, into people's homes. But it's not just about Diwali. Marigolds are part of almost every big life event. At weddings, the bride and groom exchange heavy marigold garlands in the ceremony, which symbolizes their acceptance of each other and the blessing of a bright, joyful future. During Dussehra, a festival celebrating the triumph of good over evil, marigolds are used to decorate tools, vehicles, and houses as a way of worship and a wish for prosperity in the coming year. The flower isn't just decoration. It's an offering, a prayer, and a symbol of hope and celebration, woven deeply into India's rich cultural and spiritual traditions. So, the next time you see a marigold, maybe you'll pause and see it differently. It's not just a bright spot in the garden, but really a world traveler with a story written into its DNA. This flower carries echoes of Aztec rituals, the legacy of Spanish ships, and the prayers of medieval European churches. It's a silent guardian, working quietly under our feet to protect our crops and heal our soil. It's a humble offering, a splash of sunshine in our meals, and a powerful medicine that soothed people for centuries. Its journey is proof of nature's resilience, and its amazing ability to adapt and find new meaning in new places. The marigold reminds us that there are hidden wonders all around us, even in the most ordinary things. It shows how deeply our human story is connected to the natural world, in what we eat, how we heal, our art, and our faith. This one plant has touched so many different cultures, each finding its own way to treasure its golden glow. It's a symbol of how we, as humans, look for meaning, beauty, and usefulness in the life around us, and how nature, in turn, keeps providing for us in ways we're still discovering. The marigold story is just one among many. Our planet is honestly a library of these stories, written in petals, roots, and leaves. It encourages us to look closer, be curious, and appreciate the deep complexity and history that can exist in even the simplest living things. By understanding the world of the marigold, maybe we understand a little more about our own place in the grand, interconnected web of life.